Earlier today, government schools reopened for NGSA, CSEC, and CAPE students. More in these reports.
Pupils who are to sit the 2020 National Grade 6 Assessment Examinations were expected to return to school today, following a notice from the Ministry of Education recently. The children's new class starts at 9 hours and concludes at 13 hours, which removes 2 hours from the school session. Today, this newscast visited the All Saints Primary School, located at Princess Elizabeth Road, New Amsterdam, where 81 of the 99 pupils attended class, whilst adhering to the COVID-19 guidelines. Speaking with a few of the children after school was dismissed, they shared how they went about their day.
Melina de Freitas.
Okay, and how was your day today?
It was okay.
So what did you do this morning?
Some English, maths, and social. It's very different. They have a little amount of children. Well, before we go into our classrooms, we have to wash our hands and sanitize them. We're studying and trying to learn as much as possible.
Showing Macintosh. We're spending less hours and working than playing before. We have a break mode, but we don't really go outside.
Why?
Because the teacher said to keep our distances, and most of us are trying to keep with COVID-19. They tell us wash our hands before eating, and they will tell us if we touch anything. We push in work early in the morning, 4 o'clock. And when we come to school, we push in more work. And in the night, we study more at home.
My name is Bhavana Ramsingh. Well, I learned the parts of a flower. We did LCM. We just did revision, basically. And we did some administrative regions. The only difference is that we have to wear face masks and hand sanitize, and the benches and desks are 6 feet, but it doesn't look like 6 feet, but you could still talk to each other, but you can't touch or hug or handshake or anything, but you could still talk. So it's kind of different because there's less children inside of the class. Well, I am preparing. Well, I study late. I dedicate all my time I have. I sacrifice my sleep, my playtime. Yeah.
At the All Saints Primary School, sinks were set up to accommodate the hand washing process. Strict measures were also implemented to ensure that the pupils practiced social distancing and that they wore their face masks at all times. Narima Ali, Channel 8 News.
The Ministry of Education on June 5th officially announced that schools will be reopening from Monday, June 8th, following its closure on March 16 due to the present COVID-19 pandemic. Teachers and auxiliary staff returned to work on June 8th to ensure that schools were prepared for the return of students who are to sit the NGSA, CAPE, and CSEC examinations. Today, June 15th, students returned to schools geared in their face masks to keep in compliance with the Ministry of Education's gazetted health guidelines. Channel 8 News visited 4 secondary schools within the New Amsterdam area to observe how students and teachers interacted upon returning to school. Students were seated 6 feet apart with a limit of 15 students to a classroom. Face sinks were also set up to ensure that students practice good hand hygiene. This newscast had the opportunity to speak with a few CSEC and CAPE students who wished to be unidentified, who shared their views on returning to school.
At first, I thought I was worried and everything that it would be a waste of time going to school in such condition. But I mean, still we couldn't interact and everything. But you still had how each child was set up. 6 feet apart in their own individual seat. You could have still interact with each other, and it was actually fun. The teachers were working papers and talking about safety rules and everything and how the exam will be. And there was no pressure, even though the place was kind of hot and everything. Yeah, so it was actually not a good turnout of students, and it was actually a good, productive day.
I don't think it was wise of the government to reopen schools right now while there are still increasing number of cases of COVID-19. They should have kept the online classes going. That would have minimized the risk of more increasing cases, and it would have made the students feel more safe and comfortable in their own home than trying to risk themselves going out and getting the virus.
I don't see what they can do in school that they totally can't teach us at home. They can totally send the work, and if we have any questions or we don't understand, we can just text, and they can text back the answer without us having to, go there and, a bunch of us being at that place. And apparently the vendors can't come, so we have to buy from the canteen. So I don't know what they're going to do, because we only have a 30-minute break. That is at least 100 students or so, which is totally, not very safe or in keeping with the rules of social distancing.
I know that it was essential for us to get back into school in order for us to do revision before our examinations, because not every student would have access to internet for us to do online classes. So I hope that our teachers can work along with us and my fellow students, that we adhere to whatever health guidelines would have been put for us to follow, so that we can ensure that we keep each other safe. Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination and the Caribbean Secondary Examination Council's exams will be written between July 13th and August 15th. Waiting rooms have been set up for students before entering the examination room, after being checked by nurses who will be present. Each student will be escorted to their examination room. Both teachers and students turned out to schools in spite of their concern for safety to ensure that they are prepared for the upcoming examinations. Reporting for Channel 8 News, Renetta Kurt.